Alex Murdaugh broke down in tears today when photos of Paul Murdaugh's body were shown in court and 911 calls from the night of the double murders were played in the courtroom. Now, state prosecutors able to get through 6 witnesses in the first full day of testimony, focusing on the first responders at Moselle the night of the murders. First responders who were on the scene the night Paul and Maggie were killed, and 2 911 operators. And body camera video played before the jury, many of the witnesses interacting with an audibly shaken Alex Murdaugh.
No, take them out.
They are dead, aren't they?
Just turn on those.
Yes, sir. That's what it looks
like. Some major points for the defense: tire impressions on the property and how the scene was processed.
There's 3 rows of I guess where they could park equipment underneath the lean-to. And the farthest one over, there was no equipment in it, but there were some tire tracks coming out of it.
Did you take pictures of the track?
I did not take any pictures of the scene.
Instruct anyone to take pictures of the track?
No, sir, that's not my job.
When SLED arrived, did you tell them about the track?
No, sir, not my job.
Do you regret not doing that?
It's not part of my job description.
Murdaugh's defense ultimately raising questions about the integrity of the crime scene and possible contamination of evidence.
You concede you stepped into the feed room.
Yes, sir.
And based on the way Paul was laying, and of course you did have a flashlight and you were looking, trying not to step on anything. Did you have anything to insulate your feet? And in some jurisdictions they have little baggy things to put over their feet to make sure they don't contaminate the scene. Did you have those on?
No, sir.
While prosecutors have tried to dismantle the defense's argument that the case was improperly handled, asking witnesses about steps that were taken from the very start to ensure a fair investigation.
I had a brief conversation with Sheriff Hill by telephone while en route. He had been advised of the caller's identity as Mr. Alex Murdaugh. With my career, familiar with the Murdaugh family and Mr. Murdaugh, and Sheriff Hill advised me that if it was in fact confirmed to be Mr. Murdaugh, that he would likely notify SLED simply because of the conflict of interest with the family.
The state also using footage from the night to support their theory that Alex's other legal troubles made him a ticking time bomb.
This is a long story. My son was in a boat wreck a few months back. He's been getting threats. Most of it's been benign stuff we didn't take serious. Okay. You know, he's been getting like punched. I know that's what it is.
Okay. When did?
Was that when you previously testified that he mentioned the boat case or the boat wreck?
That's correct. Prior to me asking him anything about it, he did mention it.
State prosecutors were resuming their testimony on Friday morning when they called their 7th witness to the stand here at the Colleton County Courthouse. Reporting in Walterboro, Riley Benson, Count on 2.